The Christian Country Cafe. We are live on our YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Our guest tonight, Mr. Wayne Stewart, and I'm going to let Wayne take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. It's a privilege to be here. I don't hear the mic. There we go. Glad to be here. We've been looking forward to coming down for quite some time, and we finally were able to make it work. So, looking forward to sharing some music with you guys tonight. Hope you like it. And why do we want to delay it? Let's get started. This first song is "I Can Do Anything With You." It's off my debut album. There are times in life when I'm feeling blue and things just don't go my way. That's when I've learned to turn to you. Lord, you are my saving grace. It puts a smile on my face, 'cause I can do anything with you. There's no mountain too high or storm I can't get through. The longer I live, the more I know it's true. I can do anything with you. Oh yeah. Amen. When it feels like I can't go on and I can't make another day, Lord, I know I'm not alone. So I call out your name. I know you hear me when I pray, 'cause I can do anything with you. There's no mountain too high or storm I can't get through. The longer I live, the more I know it's true. I can do anything with you. Oh yeah. I can do anything with you. There's no mountain too high or storm I can't get through. The longer I live, the more I know it's true. I can do anything with you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I can do anything. Oh yeah. Amen. We can do anything with the Lord, that's for sure. I call that one my Philippians 4:13 song, because I can do anything with the Lord. It's a privilege to be here tonight to share with you guys some of the songs that, you know, I've been on this journey now for the last year or two, or excuse me, the last about 2.5 years. Like Hunter and I talked about this morning on the morning show, this has been quite a journey for me. In the summer of 2016, I was turning 40 years old. I got a guitar for my 40th birthday. I hadn't played anything in 20 years. And I started playing those chords that my dad taught me all those years ago. And you know, it was around that same period in time that I had started reconnecting with the Lord, and my strength and my faith was starting to grow again. And the Lord was just doing some miraculous things in my life at that point in time. And you know, it's just been a surreal experience to see how this has played out. But you know, that summer in 2016, about 2 months after I picked up the guitar, after about a 20-year hiatus, went out on my back patio and I started writing a song, or I started playing the chords that my daddy taught me. And I started getting these words coming into my head, and I ran into the house and went into my office and grabbed a pen and paper and went back outside, and I started singing and playing. And in about 20-30 minutes time, I had my first song that I ever wrote, and I was so happy about it. fast forward about 3 months after that, I had taken that song and recorded it, and was looking for someone who may want to listen to it. My friends and family were had heard it, and I don't know how, by chance, getting on Twitter, I found HLE Radio and sent it in to Hunter on a wing and a prayer to hope it was good enough. And he took a shot and said it was, and I was just so happy about that. And then that experience of being able to listen to HLE Radio and all of the great artists who sing here and perform their music is played here. It's just done so much in my life, but it all goes back to that first song, sitting out on a patio. And I want to share that song with you guys today. That song is Always Will Be. Hope you enjoy it. And I've spent most of my life running from your love. I didn't recognize all the signs from above. And when this life knocked me on my knees, I looked up to find you were reaching out to me. You said it's gonna be alright, child, take my hand. I'll take away your fear and pain, and you will understand that I'll always love you, and I'll always be with you. I'll never forsake you, and you can guarantee whenever you're hurting, whenever you need a friend, and when you're tired and lonely, you can count on me. I've always been right here for you, and I always will be. Since that day, I learned to lean on you. No matter what, your love is always true. And every time I get down on my knees, well, I call out to you, 'cause I know that you hear me. And every time my world gets dark, I reach for your hand. You're always there to grab the tide. You always understand that I'll always love you, and I'll always count on you. I'll never forsake you. I know that I can guarantee whenever I'm hurting, whenever I need a friend, when I'm tired and lonely, you're always there for me. And I've got everything I need, and you always will be. Oh, yeah, yeah. And when I was lost in this great big world and couldn't find my way, your loving arms reached out for me and saved me with your grace. And I'll always love you, and I'll always count on you. I'll never forsake you. I know that I can guarantee whenever I'm hurting, whenever I need a friend, and when I'm tired and lonely, you're always there for me. And I've got everything I need, and you always will be. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know you always will be. And that's the one that started it all. It was a great surprise in my life to realize that song, and then have the opportunity to record it and hear it being played alongside so many of the great artists that I hear every day. Talking with Hunter, I'm a fan first before I'm an artist, because I haven't been doing this that long, and I get so much inspiration from hearing the music that's played on HLE radio, and it's done so much. Like I said earlier, it's done so much for my life, and I'm just so happy. And looking back on it, that song will always be special because it kind of got everything started. So, in the last year, I feel like I've been playing catch up. I said I've only been doing it 2.5 years, and in the last year, I've actually had 2 projects released. In February of this year, I released my debut album, I Can Do Anything, and then I followed that up in October with a 6 or 7 song EP called Simple Man, and I want to play a song from that one. When I was growing up, there were several men in my life that lived close to us, and I drew some inspiration from this song from several people. It's not necessarily a song specifically about my life, but there were several men in my life that were very influential, and several men that I really looked up to from afar, and how they handled life with their family and the faith that they had. So when I was writing this song, I kind of drew a lot of inspiration from a lot of different people. This song I'm going to share with you now is called Daddy Was a Simple Man. Daddy was a simple man. He'd always do the best he can to help a friend. Kept his word on a shake of hands. He loved my mama till the end. He was my best friend. Now that I'm older, I finally understand. Daddy loved the good Lord, the Bible and the good folk. Didn't have much money, but he had his family name. Stronger than an oak tree, and kinder than a summer breeze. Put his family first and gave Jesus all his praise. And he made me the man I am. My daddy was a simple man. Daddy was a simple man. He could build anything with his hands, like a deer stand. Made his living off the land until he got sick, but he said it's all God's plan, and that was good enough for him. No, he was not alone when the good Lord called him home. Daddy loved the good Lord, the Bible and the good book. Didn't have much money, but he had his family name. Stronger than an oak tree, and kinder than a summer breeze. Put his family first and gave Jesus all his praise. And he made me the man I am. My daddy was a simple man. Now I'm a simple man. I trust in Jesus with all I am, thanks to Daddy's hand. And I know that one day I'll see him again. Daddy loved the good Lord, the Bible and the good boy. Didn't have much money, but he had his family name. Stronger than an oak tree, and kinder than a summer breeze. Put his family first and gave Jesus all his praise. That's one of my favorite ones that I've done. Just got a good feel to it.
A lot of good comments about that song, bro.
I'm glad everybody likes that one. That one's recorded over in Covington, Georgia, with guys at Tune Designer, John Johnson, and those guys do a great job. And when I heard that song, I immediately fell in love with it, and I thought they did a really, really nice composition on it. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. Glad everyone else is listening that likes it too. Mentioned a little while ago, 2.5 year journey. And during that time period, probably over the last 3.5 years, excuse me, I've really reconnected with the Lord, and there's been lots of things that I can contribute to that. And HLE Radio is certainly one of those. As we discussed this morning, you know, the ministry that I gained from this station is, you know, I say it fills the tank. It's always, you know, when I'm feeling down and stuff, I can pop it on and I get that inspiration. But, you know, as my family relocated to Georgia about 5 years ago, you know, I went through some tests and trials, you know, being away from home, dealing with traffic when you come from a small town after 37 years, and just all kinds of things was going on in my life. And God started putting people, and He started putting things in front of me that really got me re-engaged. And, you know, on I Can Do Anything, there's a song on there that's called Jesus Waited on Me. This is my testimony song, because when I was a senior when I was a sophomore in high school, I was going to church fairly regularly at that point in time, albeit I hadn't done that for the majority of my life at that point. But I gave my life to Christ, and I was baptized, and I learned a lesson looking back that, you know, whenever you go through that and you decide to make that decision in your life, the devil doesn't stop. He continues to pursue us no matter what. He doesn't move on to the next person. You know, he keeps, you know, trying to drive wedges in our lives and disrupt. And as I moved, you know, as I started regaining my faith and God was giving me these songs, you know, I started thinking back to that time in that church when I made that decision. And, you know, the unfortunate or fortunate thing, depending upon how you look at it, is, you know, looking back over that time, although I walked away, God never walked away. He had a plan the whole time. And, you know, when I started writing this song and it started coming together, it's my testimony. You know, Jesus waited on me. And that's the title of the song. And I hope it speaks to you, because this one here is very personal. In the summer of 1992, I learned about Jesus and all that He went through in a little church on Cave Spring Road. I gave my life to Him, but little did I know the devil won't stop trying to get your soul. And I lost my way and took a different road, but Jesus waited on me. He never left my side, and now I can see, no matter what I was doing or what I did wrong, He was waiting on me all along. Oh yeah. just waiting on me. He never left my side, and now I can see, no matter what I was doing or what I did wrong, He was waiting on me all along. Oh yeah, He was waiting all along. Amen.
Wayne,
Yes.
family said to tell you they love you and they're all sitting around watching you, man, and they're proud of you.
Oh, I thank you for letting me know that. I'm glad they were tuned in. I've had several people that was messaging me a little while ago, letting me know they were going to try to get on, and I'm glad they did. You know, that going back to that song, I still have that old Bible, by the way, that Ms. Martin gave me. So, you know, in 2017, after Always Will Be, and I told you that all those songs started coming to me. They were coming to me from unlikely sources. I mean, you know, anyone who's written songs can get it, because you know, anywhere you are, you may hear a song, or at least you may hear a conversation. You may hear a song. It could be something that you're watching on television. It could be something that you hear from someone else. And I was watching TV one day, and I can't remember the person, but it was another suicide that happened in this world. And, you know, it just got me to thinking about the struggles in life that we deal with, and that so many people give up. And, you know, we have a God who loves us no matter what. And when we feel like giving up, if we'll turn to Him, He can take that pain away. And I understand that that's easier said than done for people who have, you know, dealt with major issues and things that maybe don't know Jesus or don't know the Lord. But, you know, I firmly believe in it, that any struggles that we deal with, if we'll just give it to Him, He'll take care of us, because there's nothing in this world that He loves more than us. There's nothing in this world He loves more than you and Hunter and me. And if we could just remember that during the difficult times, and I know, you know, suicide is an extreme, but, you know, in the everyday struggles that we're going through, when we're having difficulties, just remember that, you know, there's nothing that He loves more than you. Sometimes life can be so hard. The only times we know are tough. The devil's working overtime. He wants to see us all give up. And when it feels like you can't go on, Jesus will be your strength to help you along. And when you think that you don't matter anymore, there ain't nothing in this world that He loves more than you. Oh yeah. Sometimes no matter what you do, it don't seem to be enough. The good Lord's calling out for you. All you've got to do is look Him up. And when it feels like you can't go on, He'll be your strength to help you along. And when you think that you don't matter anymore, there ain't nothing in He'll be your strength to help you along. And when you think you don't matter anymore, there is nothing in this world that He loves more than you. Than you. Oh yeah. There ain't nothing He loves more than you. Don't ever forget it. All right, so hope everyone's enjoying it out there. If you would like to get connected with me, you can do so on Facebook. You can go look me up on Wayne Stewart Music, Wayne Stewart on Facebook. It's Just Stew on Twitter is my handle there, and you can pretty much get to me if you're interested in any of the music that you're hearing tonight. What I'll say about the I Can Do Anything album, which was my debut album that I talked about, it came out in February of this year. And during that journey that I've been talking about, all of the songs that's on that album, on that project, are personal testimonies that come from somewhere, or that that are inspiring. So if you like these songs and they're touching you and you're interested in a copy of it, just look me up at those sites that I just told you about. You can email me at WayneStewartCC@gmail.com. Any of those ways. Look me up through Hunter. Whatever you want to do. I'd love for you to have a copy of it. I can promise you that that record is special from the standpoint that it's a piece of me. So if you own that, you're really truly getting a piece of my heart with that album. So, and it's not all songs like that. It's not all sad. There's happy stuff on there too. As a matter of fact, the next one that I want to do for you guys. This is my happy song when I hear this. When I was growing up in the 90s, which I consider one of the best periods for country music, there were several artists that were out there at that point in time. Some of my favorites, obviously Vince Gill, for those of you who know me. Vince was one of the big ones, but there were some other ones that I drew inspiration on. I love Leroy Parnell, the slide guitar. I love the mandolin that Diamond Rio played, and when I wrote this song, I didn't necessarily think it was going to turn out that way, but when I was in Nashville and working at Daywin Studios with Rick Swinesburg and the guys up there, they really did this song justice for me, because it's ode to all of those things that I love. So it's really uplifting. It's praising the Lord song. This is what this one's all about, and I hope you enjoy it. This one's called Because Your Love Is Always True. Before the sun comes up tomorrow and the birds begin to sing, before my first cup of coffee, always true. So I'm working on a little bit of a scratchy voice here, considering I was sick a week or so ago, and trying to work on that. And I have a song that I want to do tonight. It's actually up next. I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to attempt it because of the situation. But this is a song that I wrote more recently. Going back to when I was saved and sitting in the preacher's office and reciting the sinner's prayer, making that commitment and all of that. And I wanted a way to be able to translate that story, or not story, but the sinner's prayer, to translate that into song. And when I sat down, and that was really what I was wanting to do with this song. Is like when you hear this song, if you're out there and you're lost today, it's not difficult. You can ask Jesus to come into your heart and to wash that sin away and recognize who He is. And I started writing a song, and I called this one "Holes and Scars," but it's a sinner's song. That's the way I titled it, and I did that on purpose because of the message of the song. It's really everything at that moment when I accepted Jesus. It's everything that I kind of asked Him for me. And all those years ago, being a kid when I did it, I don't even know that if I really understood it as well as I do today. And every time that I think about this song, or I hear this song, or I sing this song, that's what it brings back to me is just reaffirming my relationship with Jesus. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope I can do it justice. This song is called "Holes and Scars," and it's a sinner's song. Lord, I want to give my life to you. I've been living in the dark for far too long. I'm down here on my knees pleading for you to come into my heart and forgive me of my wrongs. I believe you are the Christ, my Lord and Savior. You died and rose again on the third day. So I'll praise your name and tell the world about you until you call me home when I'm done with my race. And I'll cry, "Whoa, on the wings of the angels." You'll come running up to me with open arms. You will wrap your loving arms all around me, and I will feel your love with every hole and scar. And nobody's ever loved me quite like you do. You gave everything up on that cross for me. And through all the sin and hurt that I've put you through, you washed it all away with your blood at Calvary. And I'll fly home on the wings of the angels. And you'll come running up to me with open arms. You will wrap your loving arms all scars. And I know my wife, if she's listening, she'll probably catch that I messed up the first chorus there and said a wrong word.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay though. The Lord knew what I was singing about, and He had my back. So, again, just so thankful, Hunter, for the opportunity to be here tonight to share, with everyone some of the songs that's come to me over the last couple of years, and sharing in this journey with HLE Radio has been, quite a ride. And, I remember when Always Will Be, when that song debuted and you started playing it in the rotation. If I'm not mistaken, it got into the most requested song list here at HLE, and I think it made it up to number 8. And I remember sitting there listening to it, and that's an honor because people obviously were wanting to hear it. And I just remember though all of the other artists who were out there that were in that countdown that particular week. And now keep in mind, I was probably 6 months or 7 months into whatever you want to call this, not anointing, but this blessing that God had given me. And I'm listening to, Brent Harrison's got songs up there, and I love Brent's music. He knows that. There were several others on there. I think James G was on the countdown, I believe. Austin Zimmer had a song on there. The point being was, I was hearing my song being played with all these other great artists, and it was kind of, it took me back a little bit. And it inspired me to want to do more. So the process began, and I was writing, and the Lord was giving me these songs and these messages. And I had the opportunity to go to Nashville and work with some of the best in the industry to bring some of these, songs that the Lord had given me to life. And I remember, going over in June of 2017, I think it was, and having a session over there. And I came back, and I had a song that I had written, and that song, social media, Hunter, you've talked about, it being the lifeline of HLE Radio and the way that we connect with people, and, and I think for a lot of us, social media has a big role in our lives, especially Facebook, keeping up with family, keeping up with friends. You even have friends on there that you don't remember in some cases, but, nonetheless, you have a lot of friends on there. And what I've noticed is, people in this world, when they're hurting and they're looking for help or they're looking for prayer, they'll go to social media, they'll go to Facebook, because some of the, the people that they are closest to in this world tend to be a click away, and they know that they're looking and they can say something and that person might see it. Well, I'm scrolling through the page one day, and I'm seeing all these requests for prayers. A friend has an illness. Someone may have lost someone. And it got me to thinking, because one of the things that I do for all of my friends who are listening, my family, friends, you name it, is every day I say prayers. I mention my friends and my family in those prayers, for God to look after them according to His will for their lives. So I started penning a song. It was called Praying for You. It happened to be the second song that I gave you, Hunter, and you started playing it here, and I want to say that was October maybe of last year when you started playing that song. But the song is Praying for You, and I wrote it off of inspiration for just wanting to let the people know that when I was reading through your posts and I would see them, when I had time to do it, which I tried to make time, I would always stop and say a quick prayer for that person, because it gets easy to just kind of cycle through. And when I was writing Praying for You, I just said, hey, look, I would love for my friends to be able to listen to a song, and I'll just tell them, look, I'm praying for you. And you don't have to worry about that if you're worried if no one is. I am. So that's where this song actually came from, is looking through social media, being inspired by my friends and family and even strangers who are needing prayers in this world. And I think prayer is very, very important in our spiritual journey, praying for each other as well as ourselves. And I hope this song touches you if you've never heard it before. If you have, I hope you enjoy it. This song is called Praying for You. Nobody ever said life would be easy. look to me, my friend. No matter where you are, what you're going through, when times get hard and your world comes down on you, if your journey seems too far, your own strength can't get you through, I'll be lifting you up and praying for you. Each of us goes through an occasional valley. The news we sometimes get ain't always good. Sometimes we need a friend, someone who understands. I'll think of you each day when I kneel down and pray. No matter where you are or what you're going through, when times get hard and your world comes down on you, and if your journey seems too far and your own strength can't get you through, I'll be lifting you up and praying for you. Oh yeah. And even if you're doing fine and your plans are all on time, I'll still pray for you each day, for the pain to stay away. No matter where you are, what you're going through, when times get hard and your world comes down on you, if your journey seems too far and your own strength can't get you through, I'll be lifting you up and praying for you. Oh yeah, I'll be praying for you. Yes, I will. I'll be praying for you. And I will be praying for you, and I'll continue to be praying for you each and every day. To all of you out there who are connected with me, that know me, even the people that I don't know that we connect with. If you need prayer, those I let you know earlier. You know where to find me. So just let me know, and I'll be glad to pray for you. So getting back to the story, I said 20 years ago, my dad showed me a couple of chords on the guitar, and you know, that was, looking back on it now, I can see that, you know, God was planting seeds at that moment in my life that was going to take another 20 plus years to grow. But I lost my dad when I was 20 years old, only about a year or two after he started showing me things on the guitar. So I didn't get a chance to learn as much as I would like, and I didn't spend enough time while he was here But having said that, I know he would be proud of what I'm doing, because he was an old musician himself, and he, like I said, he played in bands in the 70s and 80s, and I don't know that he ever would have thought I would be doing music, but I wrote him a song, and this song is called His Old Guitar. This is a tribute to my dad when he passed away 20 years ago, and this one means a lot to me as well. So I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see. 20 years ago next Friday was the last time he told me just how much he loved me before he had to leave. He taught me my first C chord and how to get to G. Oh yeah, I wish I'd paid him more attention when he tried to show me B. His old guitar and a few good memories. It's all my daddy left me, and I carry them with me. If he were here today, I know how happy he would to see his old guitar make a few new memories. And that cold September Tuesday, he was waiting up on me. And I was working a late shift down at the factory. He was picking on that 6-string, a Clapton melody. Oh yeah, there may not be no tears in heaven, but there are tears down here with me. His old guitar and a few good memories. It's all my daddy left me, and I carry them with me. If he were here today, I know how happy he would to see his old guitar make a few new memories. Someday we'll be together, and I'll tell him everything. Give him back his old guitar and let him play a song for me. And his old guitar and a few good memories. It's all my daddy left me, and I carry them with me. Yes, I do. If he were here today, I know how happy he would be to see his old guitar he taught me those few chords, and Hunter was in here earlier today trying to teach me some more chords, but I may be a lost cause, but I'll keep plugging away and hacking away at it, and we'll see what happens. This guy right here is a wonderful musician. For those of you who don't know, he might be a little shy about it, but no, he can play. So I've had so much fun here, Hunter, today, being able to go, come here and do the morning show. I was trying to get here for the family reunion last year, and duty called me to California, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I was sitting in the hotel room, of course, and I was here in spirit. I think I told you that, but it just looked like such a great time, and I hate that it took me so long to get down here, but I promise you that at some point, I want to make it a point to be back. Hopefully, family reunion I know is coming up in March. If schedules work out, it tends to be a little busy there and at the beginning of the year and what we do, but life's always busy, so there's really no excuses. So I'm going to do everything that I can to be down here. I really want to meet a lot of those folks that come down here and pour into each other and pick their brains, learn as much as I can if I get that opportunity. But if I don't, I still want to continue to connect with people, and I'm looking forward to opportunities when I can get out and catch Michael Lee at a show there in Georgia if he's ever doing anything, or if Brent's playing anything local, I'd love to go meet Brent and listen to some of his stuff. But the hospitality here at HLE Radio has been second to none. I appreciate everything, and being able to share just a little piece of the music that I've been given here these last few years, and the journey's continuing. Who knows what's next? We talked about that on the morning show this morning. I don't have a plan for this. I try to be obedient, and the Lord gives me songs. I'm gonna do my best to play them and sing them, and hope someone out there listens. And my whole MO the whole way has been, if I can get just one person out there that likes something that I've done, and it leads them to the Lord, or it puts them on a journey that eventually gets them to the Lord, then it's worth everything. It's worth everything that I would put into it, because I said this on the show today. I don't know that as a human being there's anything that we can do that's greater than getting someone connected with Jesus Christ. That's about as good as it'll get right there. Another thank you. Let's thank the people over at the Hampton Inn and Suites here in Jennings, Louisiana, for all they do to be able to provide such a wonderful atmosphere for us artists who come in here and get to showcase our music. And if you're ever coming through Jennings, Louisiana on I-10, and you want to stop and get some shut-eye, Hampton Inn's right there off the interstate. I'm sure that it's just as good as any of the Hamptons that I stay in, because like I said, I'm a big Hilton guy, and I'm sure that they do a wonderful job here, and there's lots of cool things over there next to it too. So if you're coming through, give these guys a stop. And this last song that I'm going to do tonight, it made it all the way up to, I believe it was number 4 on the Christian Country Countdown with our good friend Steve Robertson in June of this year. When I was writing this song, it's another one of those happy-go-lucky, just tell your story, you're having a good time with the Lord, and you want to get that message across. And I had an opportunity to do something special in this song, and I put a couple of shout-outs in there to a couple of guys who, if you're listening out there, Michael Lee and James G., 2 of the artists who have songs out that have beyond touched me. I believe that, the album that Michael Lee put out last year, Tattoos, may be one of the best albums that I've heard in the last 10 years. I feel that strongly about it. And my buddy James G., who I look forward to meeting someday, hopefully very soon, wrote a song called Thank You. And if you haven't heard that song, I'm going to tell you, I'm 42 sitting here today. It may be my favorite song that I've ever heard, and because of the message of that song. So when I was writing this one, it was kind of nice that I was able to give them a little bit of a shout out in there. But the message is always about the Lord first, but it sure was nice to be able to include these guys in it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. This one's called I'm Free. Little summer rain falls to the ground, helps beat the Georgia heat. The sun comes shining through the clouds, feel the Sunday morning breeze. Another perfect day here in the South, it's just what I need. The birds are singing, church bells ringing, it sure sounds good to me. And I've got my windows rolled down and my radio up, so Michael Lee playing in my pickup truck, singing praises to the Lord, you see. He showed me grace and His sweet love when He sent His Son from up above to give His life on that cross for you and me. And Lord, I'm free, yeah. And Lord, I'm free. After church we take a Sunday drive down to the Dairy Queen. The love of my life right by my side, yeah, she's my everything. I never have to wonder if the good Lord answers prayers, 'cause when I look into those pretty eyes, I see how much He cares. And I've got my windows rolled down and my radio up, some James G playing in my pickup truck, singing praises to the Lord, you see. Showed me grace and His sweet love when He sent His Son from up above to give His life on that cross for you and me. And Lord, I'm free. Woo! Windows rolled down, I got my radio up, a little HLE playing in my pickup truck. He showed me grace and His sweet love when He sent His Son from up above to give His life on that cross for you and me. And Lord, I'm free, yeah. And Lord, I'm free. Lord, I'm free, yeah, yeah. Lord, I'm free. Thank you, everybody. Glad you could listen tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. God bless you. Thank you. Take care.